Hello Scorpio, this is Victoria and I'm here with your October tarot update. As always, we'll be looking at your love life, at your career space, and we'll get you guidance on how to best utilize the energies of the months of October. At the end, I'll post some messages from your personal interest to yourself. And of course, we will begin with a quick oracle message. Today is going to be the Sacred Traveler deck, so let's find out. One thing I would say is just a reminder that, of course, I appreciate all your likes and subscriptions if you're new. And if you're new, please check out the description box for my services and other content. These readings are for Sun, Moon, and Rising in Scorpio. So if you're watching this for a Sun sign, please check out videos for your other placements as well. And of course, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates for you and leave what doesn't. Oh, and last disclaimer is I have a dog under the table, so she may start creating noise. Don't be afraid, it's not poltergeist, just a dog. All right, with all that said, let's get started. It's a beautiful day outside, but it's already turning into evening, and yeah, we don't have much sunlight left. Speaking of which, we just had fall equinox a little over a week ago, and of course that means that we have a lot less daylight right now, and that actually dictates the mood and to a certain degree the energy of the upcoming months for the remainder of the year at least, right? Because that's when that next milestone is going to happen with winter solstice, and after that the days are going to be growing longer. With all that said, Scorpio, let's get started. So your card for the month of October is Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. I love this so much. To me, the gates are a little bit a reminder of an Ace of Pentacles, where it's like a new beginning in the physical, you know, in a practical sense. It could be opening a business, it could be buying a house, it could be starting a family, moving to a new location, changing your style, even picking up some new habits, right? It could mean so many things, but it's something exciting. But also because it talks about Gates of Triumph, this is a certain success. This is when the winner is like going through the gate, right? And it's a celebration. So it is a testament to the effort you've put in the past, or maybe certain struggles that you've experienced, but you rose above those and you learned the lessons that you're now, it's like, bearing the fruits of your labor, right? And finally enjoying all that labor that you've put in, or the struggles that you've experienced. All right, let's go into tarot. This will be a light series deck, one of my classics. All right, so for your personal life and love life, we have Knight of Pentacles. We have the Tower, could be dealing with an Aries, and 10 of Swords. For your career space, we have Four of Cups, the Chariot, could be dealing with a Cancer, and 2 of Swords. And then for the advice, we have the King of Pentacles. This could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. High Priestess, this is Pisces. And Ace of Pentacles, there we go. That's a confirmation for someone. Like, if you are thinking about taking that next step, like, this is a confirmation that it's a yes. Especially because it's in the advice area. And I now got ringing in my ears, so definitely a yes. All right, and bottom of the deck is 2 of Pentacles. I apologize, had to let the dog in. But now let's get to the reading. So for your personal space, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Tower, and the 10 of Swords. So something karmic is going to be coming up for you in this month. It may all start with just a little argument, a misunderstanding, maybe something that seems very tedious, you know, and mundane. but somehow that little thing will trigger a big chain of thoughts with the swords here in the ravens. Chain of thoughts that will take you back to, could be your previous relationships, could be something that happened in childhood, you know, where there was a certain pattern, a certain phrase, a certain event that feels like a deja vu now, that it's repeated, right? Where you will realize how it is actually tied to a much deeper issue for you, or insecurity around either abandonment and neglect, or for others of you, I'm hearing, is being misunderstood. So the recommendation is take it slow and don't, you know, Scorpios can be quite intense in their expression, in even cutting things out, you know, cutting people out of their life. This is an exercise for you to try something different this time, right? Or to exercise more of a slow and mindful approach, right? Where you understand that the outside world is a reflection of what's going on within you, right? And you can take a closer look at what is actually bothering you, or why is it triggering you so much? How is it connected to the past, and why is this an issue, right? Or why, sorry about it, this is the dog that I cannot do anything about. How is this connected, and why is this new problem, why is this such a big deal, right? That's a good place to start your investigation if you want to dig down. But I would say, if for some reason you can't get to that, at least assess the situation in a calmer and more mindful way as it is right now, right? And see that maybe your reaction to it is disproportional, even if you don't understand why, right? You can still process the emotions, process the feelings. You can express yourself in a grounded way, and you can reframe the reality, right? Understanding, like, then recalibrating and responding to it in a more conscious way. For your career space, you have Four of Cups, you have the Cancer, the Chariot. I like how these colors actually match so much, and you have Two of Swords. It's a very contrasting energies, all three of them, honestly. And it actually is very fitting that this is like, looks like a wall, almost like this is scene 1, scene 2, and scene 3. So it's a bit of a roller coaster, I would say, but it's really a place for you to figure out what is it that you want to do and the direction you want to go in. What speaks to you, right? What reflects who you are. It's not the time to pick up a project or a job that is boring, or where your values are seriously questioned, you know, like you feel like, well, there are certain rules that you're supposed to follow, right? But deep down you realize that actually it's not matching your belief system at all, and you're kind of like stepping on your own throat right, by, you know, needing to say the right thing and to do the right thing in a situation. So this is figuring out the direction more than anything else. It's not about KPIs, it's not about making a certain amount of money. It's understanding as a domain, as an activity, you know, what is it that you want to do? And even if it's exactly the same thing, there could be nuance to it, right? Of like, yes, I want to be doing XYZ, but in a more conscious and compassionate way. For your advice, we have King of Pentacles, High Priestess, and Ace of Pentacles. Also quite different energies. This is very grounded. This is the Pisces energy, just about the cosmos and your connection to the higher self and to the higher power. So what I would tell you here is you don't have to lean into just one of them, right? It's about finding that balance between the two. You can be an entrepreneur focusing on revenue and you know, looking how to create your offer for the clients, but also be very connected to the higher purpose of what you're doing, of who you are, where your gifts are, where you see your mission in this lifetime, right? And that beautiful combination will create that result in the practical sense. And right, you know, oftentimes Pentacles is about money, but doesn't have to be. It can create other kinds of value, whatever is applicable to your context, right? And by the way, it's you can apply this not just to your career, for example, because some of you may be thinking that's what I'm talking about. It could apply to your relationship as well, because in a relationship there are also parts that are more practical, right? Where we're gonna live, what are our house rules, how we're gonna do financing and budgeting as a couple, right? How many kids do we want? Like, all of those things will fall under this category. But the High Priestess aspect of a relationship would still be like, how do I want to feel like in a relationship? What are those things that make me feel that way? What is my love language, right? What are the dreams that I have for us together? How do I want to be seen by my partner? Those things, that's the High Priestess side of things. All right, last but not least, let's get some messages for Scorpio from their person of interest. All right, the first card is the Wheel of Fortune. It's clarified by the Hermit and Nine of Coins. Very interesting, because I just had this card for Libra. It wasn't in the message, but it was in the personal and love space. I don't know, maybe you're dealing with a Libra, Scorpio. But I remember it perfectly because I mentioned that the Nine of Pentacles is a singlehood card. So is the Hermit, by the way. It's like the whole concept of solitude and spending time on your own, giving yourself space, right? So your person has done all of those things, right? They have done enough soul searching and understanding who they want to be with and what it's like. And by the way, this could be, of course, before they met you, but it could just as well be while they were already with you. They knew you, but somehow certain situations triggered them in a way where they needed to retreat to, you know, a place of solitude and do some soul searching. What is it they actually want out of a relationship? What expectations they have from a partner and from themselves as well. If not, there's a chance that in October that's what they will need to get a clarity and better understanding of how to proceed with this relationship. Does it make sense? Is it what they're looking for? So, you know, up to you, of course, how you want to handle this, but this, I would say this is a healthy step, especially if you didn't have that clear vision before, right? And maybe as you are, and most of the time we get that clarity through interaction with another person. Like this I really love, and you know, this is amazing. This is kind of annoying for me, and I don't know what to do with it. Right? Like, and this helps understand and then reconcile. With the Wheel of Fortune, they definitely, as a message, they definitely feel like this is a fated meeting, that this is very, very important for them in their life. Whether it's for a season or for a lifetime, not really clear at this point, but they know that it has a very deep meaning, and that's why they don't want to just walk away if something is bothering them, right? They want to just take this time and figure out what's going on with them, why, and how they want to take this forward. So approach it with a kind and compassionate angle if you can, Scorpio. Because your person wants to figure it out, not because of their, and to maybe have that space, not because of their selfishness, but in the other way around, because of how much they value you and your connection, and they don't want this to be broken or somehow spoiled or damaged just because they are in this place of confusion or lack of clarity. I hope this makes sense. Thank you so much for being here. This is where I leave you. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel, and until next time,